Hey everyone, it's Marianne, and this week we are talking about stealthiness, and we're going to pretend that it's Thursday and not Saturday. So happy Thursday! Stealthiness. Aiden is not stealthy. He's very open about being a trans guy, which you would kind of have to be if you have your own YouTube channel. Yeah, obviously I'm okay with Aiden being open. The both of us are very big about educating people, and in both my workplaces I've actually educated them on trans issues and etiquette, which I think is very important. And what I mean by etiquette is not assuming someone's gender and using gender neutral pronouns when greeting people. So the only place where Aiden is actually stealthy is when he teaches DEDS. The students, I think they're 9 to 13 years old, somewhere in that tween stage. The studio knows he's trans, just because that's where we met and where we used to dance. But the parents and the students of his class know him as the only male teacher dancer at the studio. And there was potential for us to move to northern BC for a little bit. That's not going to happen now. But if we did move, he would have been stealthy up there also, just because that's it's not the way of life up there, but it's oil rigs and that kind of stuff, that atmosphere. So he would have been stealthy up there. I think just kind of more so for safety. But, Aiden has said that being trans is who he is, and he doesn't want to have to hide it. Even when he does try to, he can't keep it in for long just because that's who he is. So, yeah, Aiden is not stealthy. But, to each their own. I think it also depends where you live and your neighborhood and how open the community is and stuff like that. So I think that plays a big part of if you're stealth or not. And obviously if you're comfortable with people knowing, each their own. Everyone's different, so there's no right or wrong for being out or not. It's completely up to you. And also, just as kind of a side note, talk to if your partner is somewhat open or not open or wherever, just make sure that it's okay. You get the okay from them if you can talk about them being trans, either with like your friends, your workplace, or whatever. I know when Aiden and I started dating, I asked him if I could tell work people, just because, if we were traveling, they would have to look at his passport and they would see the incorrect gender marker on his passport. So, I would ask him first before I would talk about it with anyone. So just make sure you make that clear. If you are stealth, even still ask if you're, talking about it with a new work group or something, just to be sure, because sometimes even if they are stealth, they don't want to be. So just ask. Yeah, I hope everyone is having a good weekend, even though it's Thursday. Yeah, it's been really cold. We had awesome weather for the longest time, and then just bam, cold. And we're too poor to turn on our heat, so we've been kind of chilly the past little while. So, yeah. Alrighty. Thanks for watching. And, yeah. Alrighty. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you all next week.